What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 6 of No Client Agent Privilege, aka No C.A.P podcast. Today I have with me my boy Paul Aloise, and my first interview in person, live, with my man, and he is going to tell us a little bit about the NFL agent lifestyle and how going from college, taking the exam, side job, and now being, how many clients do you have now?
About 12 clients.
12 clients in a matter of 4 years?
No, I'm going into my third
year now. So that's how quickly it can turn around for an agent and become, somebody successful, own agency, and really get to the grind of, hey, he had a side job, he had his career move, and now he's a full-time successful agent along with being a full-time successful lawyer. So, Paul, go ahead and kind of just give your backstory on everything that you started from in high school to where you made your decision, hey, I want to actually be an agent, and then kind of get into your career.
Absolutely. Well, first off, thanks for having me on, man.
Of course,
obviously
man.
a big fan of the show.
Love it.
You and I go back, and I love seeing what you're doing in the field, so I'm happy to be a part of it. But it really started for me at a young age when I was playing Little League Baseball in Martin County.
Okay.
Mark Rogers, who now is famously Russell Wilson's NFL agent.
Right.
He was me and my brother's Little League coach, so he used to bring out baseball players like Mike Hampton and Kent Bottenfield. And at the time, Mike Hampton had just signed a $100 million deal in baseball. So
baseball money's real, man.
Baseball money's all guaranteed.
Yeah,
it's nice, man. And so from an early age, I saw that this guy who was seemingly like a regular guy who was also an attorney, but then also negotiating these $100 million deals. And I was like, okay, when I get older, that's what I want to do. So, in high school, it was always definitely a dream of mine to want to be an agent, like a lot of people who like sports.
You know me.
Oh, absolutely. And so I played high school football at Martin County High School. Mm-hmm. One of my teammates was Justin Simmons, who's now the starting safety for the Denver Broncos.
Okay.
Yeah, so he was a sophomore when I was a senior. And then from there, I went to Florida State University undergrad, where I was a criminology major and a sport management major.
Right.
And you can see now I do criminal defense work, and I'm an agent. So, I've always had the same idea of what I wanted to do. I think I was, in the minority with that. I know you are too.
Definitely.
With literally from the day we stepped on campus, knowing what we wanted to do.
We were going in the right direction, or trying to set ourselves off
Exactly.
in the right direction for sure. So, shout out to my sponsor, Manscape. Before Manscape, my junk was nearly impossible to trim, and my balls had the fear of getting cut by razors. That's why Manscaped has redesigned the electric trimmer. The Manscaped engineers team has spent 18 months perfecting the greatest ball hair trimmer ever, and just released the new and improved Lawnmower 3.0. Their third generation trimmer features a cutting edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents thanks to advanced skin safe technology pioneered by Manscaped. When I tell you that this is the premium, I mean premium. The battery will last up to 90 minutes, so you can take as long as a shave as you need. The waterproof technology allows you to groom in the shower, and one of the coolest features is the LED light, which illuminates grooming areas for a close and more precise trimming. They've also upgraded to a 7,000 RPM motor with quiet stroke technology. And let's not forget about the charging stand. Show your mower off loud and proud, because this intelligently designed stand is a convenient charging dock powered by USB. If you are listening to me speak right now, I want you to experience it firsthand for yourself. Trim that junk of yours. Get 20% off plus free shipping with the code NOCAP, no C-A-P, at manscaped.com. Your balls will thank you and Manscaped. So as you got to college, you had your direction just like me. You knew how you wanted to go. So when you got there and you took the courses that you knew were going to help you, what kind of kept you on that path? Just the love of the game? Because I know you went to FSU and you walked on, right?
Right.
So was that, being around that team, being on the BCS championship team, was that the motor and the engine for you to keep going, in the sense of being around guys like that?
Definitely. So for me, I was trying to play football. I was trying to get good grades. I knew I wanted to go to law school, so that's a balancing act.
Of course.
But definitely seeing these guys, get picked up by NFL teams or prepare for the NFL draft. And I used to go watch Pro Day even when I wasn't, performing in Pro Day.
Exactly.
So I got to see and get a little bit of insight on what agents do, what scouts do, and what the grind was like for those players from the time that the season was over to the point that pro day came along. So that was definitely a driving factor for me. But at the time, really, I wasn't focused on being an agent. I was kind of
just living in the moment, really.
Living in the moment, trying to get play time and just
right.
enjoying being around players like Jameis Winston, like Telvin Smith, like Christian Jones, Kelvin Benjamin.
Benjamin, boys. That's hey, we can't do this right now.
And so, yeah, I mean, with these players being around me, obviously it was exciting to watch their path, but at the same time, being 19, 20, 21, I was just trying to carve my own path and play football and enjoy a normal college career as well.
And then also, being around those guys and knowing your own personal limitations, obviously we all have NFL dreams, but the realization settles in come junior, senior year when it's like, all right, now how do we stay in the game? How do we, the guys like us who love the game, wish, we were 6'4", running 4.5 40s like, Kelvin was and stuff like that. So, when it hit you, was it more of like a boom kind of sensation, or was it like this is what it's all come up to, like this is what it's added up to?
Yeah, I'd say the latter. I mean, being such a big sports fan and being a 5'11" Italian kid, I kind of knew that Florida State was the pinnacle of my athletic career, so I tried to really relish in it and enjoy it. And once I started getting into my senior year, since I always wanted to be a lawyer, I knew okay, now it's time to focus on law school and focus on becoming an agent.
Gotcha.
I knew that my time was up, and now it's okay, now next move.
So now, going through your progression as to, did you, for me, it was I didn't really feel like law school. I did well in the PL stats and everything like that, and my practice exam, but it wasn't what I wanted to do. I didn't want to waste 3 years to go to law school. I shouldn't say waste. I didn't want to spend 3 years in law school where I could, for myself. I know you're not MBA yet. For me, I was like, you know what? I can come out of college, take the exam, boom, ready to go. Was law school, not, I want to say more important, but was that the first step 100%? Besides just getting into a master's program, a 2-year program, something like that.
For sure. For me, it was just because that was always my dream as well.
Lawyer first.
Yeah. Well, it was always equal, but yeah, I mean, because growing up, I watched My Cousin Vinny, and
that's
my favorite movies ever, and so I always knew I wanted to be in court doing trials, and I knew that, like you just said, you could, for certain agent licenses, you either, undergrad degree is enough.
Right.
But for NFL, as you know, you either need a graduate degree or a law degree.
Exactly.
And I had friends, kind of like what you said, went and got that 1-year master's degree in sport management. And while I was in law school, I was a little envious of that.
Right.
But I knew that I had to stick to the course, and I had the
long-term effect. I mean, I don't think I've ever known anybody to graduate law school and then be like, yeah, I shouldn't have done that. Or that was a waste of time. I've never, even if the kids that, who might not pass the bar exam or stuff, it's like, you still went to law school, you still have enough education behind you where it'll benefit you in the long run, whether or not you actually become a lawyer or, whatever it is, because, that's just not something you hear. So
no, definitely. I mean, for me, my 22nd birthday was the first day of law school. We had won the national championship in January. In August, I was starting law school. So I mean, I was going from a kid who, even though if school was a priority in undergrad, I was playing football, just won the national championship. I was in a fraternity. I'm 21 years old. Yep. So going to law school for me was an eye-opening experience.
I'm sure.
And it made me mature quicker. I'm around a lot of people who had went out, had their careers, hit the ceiling in their careers, went back to school. So now I'm around 28-year-olds, 30-year-olds, 35-year-olds. We had women who were pregnant in class, and I had the most respect for them because I'm like, oh my God.
They're here, they're in class, and they still got a baby in them.
And they have a whole life, they have a whole family, they have other kids at home. And for me, it was just such an eye-opening experience because I was always just focused on football, pass my classes, go out with my fraternity, have fun, and live that balanced life. But now I'm like, wow, okay, I'm an adult now. I need to start acting like it.
Just wanted to give a shout out to my sponsor, J-Lab Audio, for my brand new soccer gear for this upcoming season, along with this awesome jacket made by Puma, and for my equipment and this Talk Pro. It's the best mic out there. It's USB and Bluetooth compatible, goes along perfectly with my J-Lab Audio headphones, the Executive. Couldn't ask for a better company to partner with. Thank you guys so much for basically making this whole podcast possible. So again, thank you guys, and look forward to the updates on your new products. So now as we get into law school and you finish your career, bar exam into the NFL exam, because I know for myself studying that CBA, you know, did you timetable in the sense of get that bar exam out of, you know, take care of that first and then get ready to be the agent, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you hit the nail on the head with that. So actually in law school, I took and passed the MLB agent exam, and I was working with a 10th round Blue Jays pick for a little while.
Right.
You know, since then I've kind of given up baseball. I like football a lot more.
I'm sure.
But the whole goal was, okay, I need to focus on passing the bar exam. And so I graduated law school semester early. So I graduated in December. The bar was then going to be in February.
Okay.
So I knew that if I didn't pass the bar the first time, I would have to take it again in July.
Okay. And
the same thing, the NFL agent exam is in July.
Right.
And so I was like, okay, well, worst case scenario, I don't pass the bar exam. Now I have 2 exams set in July, and that's going to be too much. So focus on the bar exam. I did thankfully pass the bar exam the first time, so I was very happy about that. But I was like, okay, let me focus now for like the next year and a half on just being a lawyer, and then take the exam the following summer.
Okay.
So it was compartmentalized, and I think I'm happy with how it went, because I was able to focus on being a prosecutor here in Palm Beach County for about a year and a half, and then that's when I was able to kind of have my life together in a position where I could study for the NFL exam, and not feel super stressed out that I'm missing out on anything else. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it makes sense, because at this point for myself, you know, law, like I always had both my brother and dad were all police officers. So for me, being around that same kind of, my dad ran the Palm Beach County Courthouse for probably like 10 years, I feel like. So for me, being around that going into college was the same kind of mindset of, you know, I did think about being, you know, a prosecutor or even, you know, a defense attorney, and really, you know, being around family members and, you know, being around family friends that are also lawyers and stuff. It was always kind of like a, you know, do I want to go down that path? So for me, you know, I understood the law side. You know, that's why I took from undergrad, I was taking law classes out the yin yang, because I just knew, I knew I wasn't going to go to law school. So I knew I needed to get as much, you know, crim law, you know, as much Civ Pro and all that stuff that I could, you know, get under me as soon as I could. That's why I did it that way. So I mean, for you, I mean, like 3 years of law school and graduating early, I mean.
What's up, everyone? We had some technical difficulties on this episode, but I wanted to let you know that we did get the audio, and we are able to have you see the rest on our other links on Spotify and the Apple Podcast. So go ahead, click the links above and around me, and they'll send you right to where you left off on this video, so you can hear the rest of what Paul and I had to say and a little bit more information on future episodes. Thanks, guys, for listening, and hope you enjoy it.
Thanks for watching another episode of No Client Agent Privilege, aka No C.A.P podcast. I look forward to seeing you again next time, and please like, subscribe down at the bottom, and I really appreciate all the support you've given me, and look forward to seeing you again.